I'm Leo Hammond. I'm the new Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner for Humberside, a role that I started last week. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into. So I think that's a really important question because people need to know so that they can come to him for help. I see the Police and Crime Commissioner's role in sort of three areas. Firstly, to set the strategic direction for the police through the Police and Crime Plan, which is influenced by consultation with the public, and then also to hold the Chief Constable to account on delivering the priorities for the police in that plan. He also has an important role in preventing crime and commissioning services to prevent crime and working with partners to prevent crime. And then finally also to work with partners and commission services to support victims of crime. As part of the strategic work to set the priorities for policing, the Commissioner also has the power to set the force budget and determine what the police precept is. Jonathan had his last term and was the first Humberside Police and Crime Commissioner to ever be elected to a second term, which I think shows what a great job he's done over those years to tackle crime and improve community safety. In his second term, he wants to be even more ambitious for our region and achieve even more to tackle crime, support victims and prevent crime. And since he can't clone himself, he needs to increase his capacity. So he's asked me to come forward and be his deputy to support him doing that. The appointment of my role is scrutinised and approved by the Police and Crime Panel, which is made up of councillors from across East Riding, Hull, North Lincolnshire and North East Lincolnshire. And I'm happy to say they unanimously approved me for the role. I've worked with Jonathan for quite a few years as an East Riding councillor and as the lead councillor at East Riding for community safety and public protection. So I've got that background knowledge to help me and help him deliver in his role. Besides generally deputising for the Police and Crime Commissioner, I've got some specific portfolio areas, including highway safety and traffic safety. So again, being a councillor, I've done a lot of work with highways over the years, and I'm really excited about getting stuck in and making sure that our roads are safer. I'll be the Vice Chair of the Criminal Justice Board and leading on work in that area, which too is really important because we need to make sure we're dealing with people who commit crime in the right ways and making sure that we're not actually increasing the likelihood of them to re-offend in the punishments we give them. Though I live in the East Riding and generally from a rural background, I did live in Hull for quite a few years when I was younger. It's a great city, I'm really proud of Hull, so I do understand its needs. Also being an East Riding councillor, we have some of the most deprived parts of the country in the East Riding, such as Bridlington, so I've done a lot of work over the years helping those deprived communities. And I think it's really important, especially in an area like Humberside where you've got 4 areas, East Riding, Hull, North Links and North East Links with their own issues and their own needs, that we make sure we have a police and crime plan and strategies in place which reflect the entire Humber region and tackling crime across all 4 areas. I think it's really important that we bring communities together, and a key role of the Police and Crime Commissioner is bringing partners together, so the councils, the police, fire service, community groups, town and parish councils, and I'll be there to help him do that, to bring those partners together to tackle crime, support victims and make sure we live in a safe community. I have a lot of experience in helping tackle antisocial behaviour through my roles on East Riding Council. It's really important that we do that partnership work in which the Police and Crime Commissioner can bring together and be the catalyst for. It's not just the police who tackle antisocial behaviour, it's also councils, and sharing data in particular so we can get in there early and prevent young people in particular falling into issues of antisocial behaviour is really important. So over the last 3 years that Jonathan's been in office, road safety has been a key priority for him, both tackling speeding and crucially tackling dangerous driving, which actually causes more accidents than speeding does. It's an area I've got specific responsibility for, and I'm really keen that we do all we can to tackle speeding and importantly dangerous driving to make sure that nobody has to die unnecessarily when they're travelling to work or school. So under Jonathan's term as Police and Crime Commissioner, we've seen the numbers of Humberside police officers increase to the highest level we've ever had, which is brilliant. We've now got localised neighbourhood teams out on the streets making sure communities are kept safe. I think it's really important we use things like social media, My Community Alert, to make sure people know the police are out there and doing stuff all the time, because they are, and they're doing a good job as well. Humberside Police currently has the top spot in the country nationally for both their 999 response and 101 response time, so a lot of work has gone into improving that system, so people should now get a good service when calling both those numbers. And please do report crime. If crime's not reported, we don't know where it's happening and how we can tackle it and importantly prevent it. If there's any reason why you can't use a phone to report crime, you can also do that online at Humberside Police's website or anonymously through Crime Stoppers. So I'm a big fan of communications, and I think we need to be really proactive, both as a Police and Crime Commissioner's Office and as the police, on those communications to, again, remind people what the Police and Crime Commissioner does, and also that the police are there doing their jobs and they're doing a good job. Crime is going down in the area, and that's a really important thing. I'm also really keen, as I have been through my time as a councillor, on getting that strong community voice feeding into things. So I intend to work really closely with East Riding, Hull City, North Lincs and North Lincolnshire councils, and also Parish and Town Council, which of course are our grassroots representative across the area. And I think it's really important that we do all we can to make sure that rural areas, coastal areas and urban areas get their fair share of policing, which I know is a key priority for the Commissioner. I'm looking forward to helping him do.